Okay, so uh what do we want for our future? Because and I said in my last video, um our cities are butt ugly. And they used to be a lot prettier, you know, 1950s, 1960s, even the 1930s they were prettier. And the people, well, what did I see when I drove around to the town today? Pretty much a lot of people wearing sweatpants. In 1920s, roaring 20s, uh, people every day got dressed up in a suit and one of those fancy fedora hats if you're a man, or, some other kind of nice hat if you're a woman. And, in the movies, you can still see that. But in my town, everyone dresses down all the time. I know some people, very likable people, but I don't think they even own a pair of jeans. They basically have sweatpants on every day. I mean, sweatpants are comfortable, and I do wear them around the house. Um, and is jeans a step up from sweatpants? No, not really. Um, do we want to go back to dressing up every day, or I don't think it's a one size fits all, but it kind of fits into this theme of we have ugly looking buildings in our cities, and a lot of people that you know never really look nice with their clothes. I mean, they just look very casual all the time, and they never change. So, I mean, some people's ideas are, well, these smart city things. And I think, when I lived in Vancouver, Canada, this is my idea of what they're thinking. Enormous towers, glass towers, and jamming people, a hell of a lot of people, into very small amount of real estate, building up. Well, what's the issue with it? It gets very crowded when you're walking around on the sidewalks in a city that's full of condominium towers. Very, very crowded. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It is horrible. You're squished all the time. Endless noise. The noise gets really loud. And you feel like you're in a sardine can. So, these smart city ideas, no, I don't want to be that. What about this transhumanism idea? Elon Musk wants to put a chip into your brain so that you can be directly tied into somebody else's computer system. No, I don't want anything to do with that. No. I mean, I look at my smartphone to look at the internet, and, most of this junk that's on the internet is you got to go look through a lot of stuff to find the stuff you want. But do you want them, piping this hell of a lot of advertising, piping advertising directly into your mind? No, because that's what they're really planning. They're going to tell you, oh, you're going to have access to the internet just by thinking about it. We all know that the real agenda is endless advertising to get you to buy things. And, if they put this implant into your brain, this transhumanist thing, it's going to come with a monthly bill because that's what they're all about, enslaving you with bills and debt. So I don't want that. I don't want that. So it's not my vision. And I think a lot of people are brainwashed into these kind of visions because there's a lack of competition among the media. The media all pushes whoever's got the most money's agenda. So I don't want anything to do with it. And if you really could see what they're basically ramming down your throat, you would barf. So what's the alternative for the future? Um, Someone says it's, you know, we're going to. I have to go silent for a moment. I mean, it used to be when I was young, I thought, well, we kind of want a Star Trek like future. But, looking back on those Star Treks, no, I don't want their version of the future. I don't want to live on one of these starships that is gross. There's no plants on these starships. There's never any plants. There's never any trees. And then if you want plants and trees, you got to go to a phony baloney simulation chamber, the holodeck, to see, simulated trees and simulated. No, I don't want nothing to do with that. We have an unbelievably beautiful planet. And as I said in my last lecture, we polluted it with really ugly cities for humans to live in. So we really have to go back to um, nature. And that's going to take creativity, and humans are very creative. The main reason that we don't do anything creative with our cities is the cost of money. I was going to say the cost of living, but I changed it to the cost of money because money is very costly. It costs us in creativity. Somebody that's capitalistic will say, well, if you've got a really good idea, you're going to make millions of dollars from being creative. No, I don't want millions of dollars. I don't want this money economy. I don't want nothing to do with it. The capitalist is always going to say, well, you're wrong. Go to Venezuela. Everything's shitty there. Socialist or something. I'm not socialist. Not the same. That's what they always think of the two things. It's either you're a capitalist or you're a socialist. It's wrong. It's called a false dichotomy in, whatever the science is of arguing your point. And that's not what I'm looking at all. Once people raise their vibrations to higher and higher levels of consciousness, magic happens, manifestations happen. So we're really looking at manifesting our world rather than so much of, planning things and then getting all these things that have got to be submitted for approval to corporate hierarchy and some governmental authorities. And then by the time you get all your plans back to you, they've basically chopped them all up into confetti and they're saying, sorry, you can't do what you want to do. And oh, by the way, if you really want to do it this way, you're going to have to cough up about $25 million for your building. No. No, the whole thing is it's elite. It's always the elite. It's always the elite. And we're not going to have. Well, I mean, is there going to be a big. It's my call. It's my creativity, and it's going to happen. Is it going to happen on Earth? I mean, are they going to say, well, if you want it, you don't want to go to Venezuela, then you're going to have to go to Mars or something to build this? No. No, because what keeps us in the money economy is ego. And ego is the reason for low vibrations among humans. Ego is a false self. It's false. It's not our true nature. It's false. It's programmed into us by being born into a society that is cookie cutter. The drone idea. They just train you to be a drone to work in their corporations and buy into their agendas. So if you raise your vibration, you can't keep your ego. You keep your personality. Like some people talk about these ego deaths thing. That's not an ego death. You keep a personality, but the negativities that people have in their personalities, and a lot of it, the negativities are we can't do that. It just can't be done. Can't be. It's can't. Or you give them a good idea and they go, yeah, but this or yeah, but that. Yeah, but in other words, I heard what you're saying, but can't be done. Yeah, but. If you ever hear someone say yeah, but, it's like, don't yeah, but me. You're dissing me. You're dissing me when you go, yeah, but. Maybe there's a flaw. No, that's not. It's not that. It's someone not really wanting to hear you and, consider what you're saying. It's a knee jerk reaction. It's what they call reactive mind. It's basically before you even finish talking about your idea, they've cut you off and they're yammering in your face. Yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but. They're not listening. And that's very low vibration and it's huge ego. So these kind of aspects of humans will dissipate and disappear as we get the vibration of the planet up. Now, some people just appear like they're never going to change. They're totally plugged into mainstream media, and, you really have a hard time getting them away from their television. What are you going to do with those ones? Well, I can't really tell you anything other than more and more people become higher vibration. It's going to be taking away from all of this elite agenda. What's elite agenda? Elite agenda is what we have on this planet right now, where the filthy rich 1% control and own everything. What are the exact steps of how it's going to happen? Just raise your vibration. Be at peace. Be at peace. Be at peace. Be at peace. Keep coming back to peace. Is that going to change the buildings in our cities? Yes. Are they going to knock them down? I can't really figure it out either. Mostly because our biggest hang up is the idea that we live in a physical world. And it's not physical. It's in consciousness. We live in a world of consciousness. And if you really understand advanced physics, which is anything since, 1900, that stuff doesn't get taught to you. You might get a class in, 11th, 10th, or 11th grade physics about quantum physics, but, all the other subjects never refer to that quantum physics, which is the clue to, we live in consciousness, not in physicality. So, it's this couch here. I mean, it's an old couch. It's, kind of dated, but it's a very comfy couch. But is that a physical couch? We call it physical, but it is consciousness. And I'm really working hard and struggling to try and explain what that means. Well, if you can remember to your physics, they usually say, well, like 99.999% of an atom is empty space, and the rest of it is these particles, neutrons and protons. But if you go and you blow them up and you go start looking for what they're made up of 99.999% empty space. So, you just have to keep going in that direction, and you come to the conclusion that this couch here is basically empty space. I should remove basically and restate it as the couch is empty space. Somehow, our minds see it as a physical couch. Somehow. And that is really not taught to us at high school or university at all. The truth. And therein lies the direction I'm talking about. Because if there's nothing there, then what's holding it all together? Clancy, my friend, says, is it thought forms? Is it the fact that we're looking for a couch and that's what we see? It's not easy to really put it into words. But that's the direction that I'm pointing you in. That's why I say it's consciousness. Is the couch conscious? It's in consciousness. And what kind of beings are we? We are consciousness beings. As he says, it's kind of like magic. It's pretty much magic. So, the lower your vibration is, the more solid physicality appears. The higher your vibration is, the more magic happens. So just raise your vibration, just meditate, breathe. We're getting there. Don't worry about it. And you personally, if you work on raising your vibration, you don't have to do what so many of these commentators are saying. So many of them are like, you still got to plan out what you want. No. Treasure mapping. No. Because all those things are ego. In other words, I see something in the catalog and I want to get it. We're not going that way. Higher vibrational states is letting go of you choosing what you want. That's not what they're saying. Exactly. They're wrong. Higher vibration means you're tapping into the higher and higher fields of intelligence. It's really dumb if you're down at apathy at 30 on the scale of human consciousness. It's dumb. And, humans as a collective are still pretty low on the scale of human consciousness. So that's all we have to do is just keep moving up higher and higher in our consciousness, and there's higher and better intelligence in the fields associated with higher vibrations. And, if we're coming from a low vibrational planet, we don't know what the heck is higher vibration intelligence is all about. We don't know. So if we're going to try and drag our ideas from low vibrational living to high vibration, you have to let go of it all. It's a journey of discovery what's up there. But the higher vibrational states are way, way more enjoyable than low vibrational debt slavery that we have on the earth. So we're leaving horrible, and we're going into magical, beautiful. Doesn't it sound like something you want to do? Thanks for watching.